to calm down quickly when you're overwhelmed. During those moments of being overwhelmed, there's a panic that comes upon you. And so we need to get you from that state of panic to a state of calm as fast as possible. And today I'm going to give you 5 immediate solutions for that. So if that sounds good, give me a thumbs up. Also, check and see if you're a subscriber here. And if not, we would love to have you. You can be one by clicking the subscribe button. Don't forget to click the little bell so that we'll end up in your feed on YouTube. So when we drop a new video, you'll find out about it. I'll be right back with those 5 ways to immediately go from a state of overwhelming stress to calm, clear head. Be right back.
GILD Coaching. More success, less stress.
When you're in a state of overwhelm or panic, it's hard to come up with your playbook for how you're going to get yourself back down to a balanced position, which is why it's really, really good. If you are in a state of panic right now, I want you to go ahead and just start breathing slowly and deeply through your nose down into your lower belly. If you are not in a state of panic right now, but you either have high anxiety, panic attacks, you become overwhelmed easily in different situations, this is a really, really great time for you while you're at a state of calm or at least a state of balance to come up with your game plan for the next time that this happens, if this happens to you again. Okay, number 1, I just told you if you are currently in a state of overwhelm, look in my eyes. I am talking to you. Breath. Don't just breathe deeply while you're thinking about whatever has you overwhelmed. Breathe deeply and pay attention to the breath. We're going to do it together. We're going to exhale everything that you've got in your lungs all the way out and then inhale through your nose. While you're inhaling, just pay attention to the way that it feels. Pay attention to any sounds that happen when you're inhaling. How does the air feel when it's going in through your nasal cavities? How does it feel when it hits the opening at the back of your throat? How do your clothes change in your body when your chest is expanding? If your shoulders are going up and down, we're going to cover that in just a second. Okay, now exhale really, really slowly. You can make a or a shh noise. These are both very, very soothing. Let's do that again. We're going to breathe in through your nose down to your lower belly. Feel how your chest expands. If you don't feel your chest expanding, then we're gonna focus on that next. You can feel your chest expand. You can feel your belly expand. Breathe out through your mouth. Make a shh noise. Shh. Breathe in again through your nose. Put your hands on your shoulder while you're breathing in. See if they go up. Mine didn't go up. Yay! Hold that breath in. Feel it circulate. Give a little bit of gratitude right now for that breath. You've got that breath. Everything is fine. You are fine. Everything is fine. You are fine. Everything's always working out for me. Exhale. Shh. The number 1 way to reduce that overwhelm right there in that minute is to redirect your thoughts on something else, which is what the breath does. The breath actually is a trifold solution. Number 1, getting more oxygen to your brain will help your brain function better, which can help reduce the stimulation for it to release those stress hormones. So that's number 1. Number 2, when you breathe in deeply like that, making sure that your shoulders aren't rising and your chest cavity is going. A lot of people, they breathe up here like this. No. No air. The lungs are not up here. The lungs are down here. Okay, so pay attention to where the lungs are. They should expand to the side. If you watch a little baby breathing, their belly goes up and down. Their side goes out and their belly goes up and down because of the displacement of those organs because the diaphragm is expanding. Humans, adult humans, unlearn how to breathe properly. So make sure you're breathing in through your nose down to your lower belly. You can either breathe out through your nose or you can breathe out through your mouth like I was exempling for you just a moment ago, making that shh sound because that is soothing. It's what we do to babies when they're upset. We hold them like this and we go shh. And we bounce them a little bit, right? Do that for yourself because you're still a baby. You still need love. There's still baby Jane inside me. There's still baby you inside you. So number 1 is going to the breath. So I just told you, 1, it gives your brain more oxygen. 2, it expands your lungs. And when your lungs expand, it actually massages a nerve that runs up and down your spine that connects with your feel-good center of your brain. And so it sends out the hormones that counteract those stress hormones. So it's the second thing that breath can do. And the third thing, the reason I said don't breathe and think about this thing that has you overwhelmed, breathe and think about the breath. Pay attention to the sensations the whole way in. Think about the whole way that the breath goes into you. Think about the way that your clothes change on you. When I breathe in, I can feel my sweater move a little bit. Pay attention to all those sensations. When you direct your thoughts, when you're giving yourself more oxygen, when you are massaging that vagus nerve that goes up and down your back, and then when you redirect your thoughts, your brain cannot think about the overwhelming thing, and so that automatically calms you down. So breath is one. Number two, get up. There's actually 3 parts to number 2. Change your posture. So if you're sitting, stand. If you're hunched, stand up straight. If you're sitting, stand. If you're standing, maybe lie flat, and change your location and change your heart rate. Okay. So get up and move from the place where you are to another place that doesn't contain the energy of whatever stimulated you. This is also known as go for a walk. But the 3 elements are change your posture, your heart rate, and your location. And I'm not saying that you have to completely change your location, get in a vehicle and travel somewhere, or start running and don't stop. Just get out. If I start to have a panic attack in this room, I should get up, I should walk out, I should go outside for a moment and breathe in some deep air, take a walk. So 1 is breathe, 2 is walk, 3 is stretch. We do not move our bodies enough. The other day I was at a sporting event for one of my kids. And one of the other parents was there, a pretty big guy, and he was complaining about his hip hurting. And I said, oh, well, I'm a certified yoga teacher. And he's like, I thought you were a psychotherapist. I'm like, I learned yoga so that I could help people release some of this tension from their body as part of my psychotherapy practice. So I led him through some really basic stretches that you could, we probably looked a little weird doing this in public in the middle of this, observation area for the sporting event, but who cares? I don't care. He loved the stretches. He said, oh my gosh, wait, it's releasing. It was a pain that was actually in his glute, but I didn't focus on his glute. I focused on his hamstrings and his lower back. And I showed him some stretches to do in those other areas. And he's like, I just really don't ever move like this. What? Stretch. What happens to old Play-Doh or old silly putty when it just sits there? It dries out and it gets crackly. So do your muscles. Stretch them, stretch. Breathe, walk, stretch. Sniff is number 4. Find something that smells good to you and smell it. Remember all of the sensations that come to mind. Smell is an incredible memory enhancer. One example is when there's a beautiful field behind my home that's part of somebody else's property, but we're allowed to walk on it. And I walk on it almost every day. And in the spring and summer, when the wind blows, I can smell honeysuckle and it immediately transports me back to really, really happy times in my childhood. Smell something that smells good to you. Maybe it's opening a bottle of vanilla extract and reminding your grandmother cooking or baking around the holidays. Maybe it's flowers. Maybe it's a candle that you really, really like. Just make sure that it's not lighted when you stick your nose down on it. Smell, sniff something pleasant. That will also incorporate the breathing part. So while you're doing the sniff, go ahead and get your breath in. And that is a double down. Okay, number 5. Write it down. A lot of times we are overwhelmed by things because our brain can't really comprehend everything, think through, and reason it all at the same time. So pick up some paper and one of these beautiful little things, it's called a pen, and write down several things you're going to journal. What is it that I'm so upset about? Why does it upset me? Is it actually as big as I think it is? What happens? What's the end result if this doesn't do what I want it to do, or change in the way that I want it to change, or end if you want it to end, whatever. What is the end result if this doesn't happen? How bad is it really? And usually when you get all of this stuff down in a journal, you can look at it and be like, okay, I don't like it. I don't super love it, but it's not as bad as I was making it out to be. So still don't super love it, but I'm okay. Those are 5 ways that you can immediately calm down when you're feeling overwhelmed. I actually recommend that you do them on order, and I have a bonus one for you because I love you and I love giving you bonuses. Water. I'm always drinking water, but water will also incorporate breath. And usually you're not sitting there. I mean, I am, because I fill up 3 of these. There's 30 ounces. I fill up 3 of them a day and I drink them all till they're bone dry. But usually people aren't sitting there with water right next to them. So it also forces you to get up and walk. It forces you to breathe. It forces you maybe to stretch a little bit or at least move. And maybe, I don't know, if you add stuff like lemon or something to your water, maybe you'll want to sniff it too. So there's your bonus one. Your bonus one is drink water. Make sure that you're hydrated, because if your body's not hydrated, then you're gonna get overwhelmed, because you're adding extra stress to your body by not providing it the hydration that it needs. So as part of that bonus tip, here is your formula for how much hydration you need to add to your body. Figure out how much you weigh in pounds. So if you're not in an area that uses pounds, figure out whatever your body weighs in pounds and then divide that by 2. So half it. So I'm around 140 pounds. I'm actually a little bit less than that, but we're going to use 140 because it's easy math. So let's say 140. So half of that is 70. So I require at least 70 ounces of water a day. I just told you I drink 90. I'm just going overboard. You can drink too much water. 20 to 40 more ounces of water is not going to hurt you. You would have to like triple the amount of water that you're supposed to have in order to have it start to be unhealthy. So don't worry about that. Very, very few people do that or have done that. So, all right, those are your 6 ways, your 5 plus your bonus on how to calm down immediately when you're feeling overwhelmed. If this has helped you at all, give me a thumbs up. And if you didn't already, please do subscribe, because we're dropping videos like this all the time to help you live a lower stress life with more happiness and more success. See you soon.